right, y'all. It's your favorite cosmic besties.
That's right.
We're back with another weekly forecast. My name is Kaerhart, and I'm a numerologist and an astrologer. And this is my best friend, Sophie.
Sophieswon,
Yes.
astrologer and celestial guide.
She is a guide.
That's right.
A guide and light for all of
Sherpa.
us.
I'm your little Sherpa, your little Asian Sherpa.
She's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Very sweet.
Mm-hmm. And spicy.
She pinches because she's a crab.
I am.
She's a crab.
Pinch, pinch.
Yeah, she pinches. So this is the week of November 11th through the 17th. And before I dive into this, I just want to remind y'all to hit subscribe, smash that subscribe button, because every week we're dropping these. And if you don't subscribe, you might miss them.
That's right.
And this is the highlight of your week, obviously. You don't want to miss these. It's very important. So just reminding y'all, thanks for being here. Let's kick it off. This is a numerological week 1.
Yes.
It is my favorite number, I think.
I think it might be mine.
I think the 1, the 3, and the 5.
Yeah.
Just
the 1 and the 3. And the 6. And the 2.
6 is fun.
And the 8. Okay, just name all.
I do. Okay. We don't have a favorite number. So what we're going to say is this is a week of new beginnings and leadership, right?
So I had a good feeling about this week. I had a good feeling.
Yeah. So last week, you were the little caterpillar in the cocoon. You're melting down into conscious goo. And now you've let go, you've surrendered, and you are a beautiful butterfly. You have transformed.
Mm-hmm.
And that transformation is beautiful. And you are starting new things and new beginnings, and everything feels new. Sophie was giving me a look, okay? So I love the 1 energy. And actually, fun fact, the 1 is the only number that has to do with the self. So it's a really, really good time to focus on you, your wants, your needs, what lights you up. Now is not the time to be thinking about all the other people in your life and all your responsibilities and everything you have to do. Now is the time to be like, who am I and what the fuck do I want?
You do you, baby.
Yeah, it's about you doing you. Be you, as I always say.
Yes.
That's just become a joke today, by the way. But this is really a time for you to set goals, both personal and professional, and really, really go for it, right? So again, there's so many different ways that can look, but as long as it involves a new beginning, it's going to take.
Yes.
Right? So do you, maybe on a personal level, you want to start a new workout regiment. Maybe you want to start a new project.
Maybe you want a new look.
Yeah, maybe you want a new look. You want to change it up.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to buy a new car.
Oh.
Like, I'm sick of this one. Need a new one.
Wow. Coming in hot.
You're going to trade in your Toyota Corolla for a Porsche 911 Turbo.
Whoa.
Happens all the time. Happens all the time.
I drive a Corolla. Her name is Caroline. She's great.
I know. That's why I was making that joke.
I was about to be like, whoa, what are you getting at with my Caroline?
Yes. So now is the time to be proactive and assertive in setting those goals and, really writing out how you are going to achieve these goals, right? So the 1 is very supportive in that way. And it's also the number of innovation. So how are you innovating your life? Are there any areas of your life that have become stuck, stagnant, stale? Now is the time to innovate those spaces. Maybe you're like, I don't feel like my home is really me anymore. I want to redecorate.
Yeah.
Or it could even be like maybe you're done with a certain thought process you have. And you're like, what? I've been thinking this way, but I realize that's not that expansive. Actually, I'm going to start thinking this way. Invite more abundance into my life, right? So again, it's about having those big shifts, getting those goals, being creative, having lots of new ideas come to you, and doing you, focusing on you, because next week will be more of a focus on relationships. But right now is the time to really think about your wants and your needs.
It's interesting because as you're talking about the 1 and you and new beginnings, it really kind of going after you doing you and the self, it really brought me back to thinking more about how the astrology aligns quite nicely, which of course happens, but we have a full moon. It's a full moon week. And so you guys might be feeling extra emotional, sensitive. You might be having weird dreams, losing some sleep. That's okay. That's all aligned with the full moon vibes. And this specific full moon, it's happening Friday, November 15th, and it's going to be in Taurus in Western astrology, but Aries in Vedic. Why I really thought this resonated with the 1 energy because full moons are more, I feel like, a 9 energy where it's like completion, releasing. But the lunar mansion it's in is called Krittika, which translates to the cutter, and it's symbolized by the knife. And it's actually—
That sounds scary.
Well, it's about cutting to the chase.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's actually about like releasing unhealthy attachments, cutting to the chase, and like really kind of going after something with vigor and force. And it's just this very, very
assertive. It sounds
exactly very
it's very
assertive.
one.
So it's very 1 energy.
Yeah.
Krittika is actually a really powerful lunar mansion. And so this is really a time to really take action with this full moon. And it's almost like, I feel like if you didn't have the strength and fortitude last week to cut out those attachments, because sometimes it takes a little bit longer for us that hold on.
Yeah, some people hold on for a long time.
You're looking right at me.
Yeah.
Calling me out.
This little lady over here,
I'm a crab.
She loves holding on.
Sensitive. Anyways, this week is kind of like, all right, this is your second chance. Like, get out that knife and really cut that attachment of what you don't need and really go forth and really think about the self. And it's interesting because even though it's in the sign of Taurus in Western astrology, which is actually about like kind of indulging in self-care, Aries energy, which is in the Vedic system, is actually all about like going after like the self and doing things for the self. It's like the self-starting kind of vibe. And so it goes quite nicely actually with this new beginning that you can have for yourself. So that's the full moon that's happening Friday, November 15th. And what's really interesting is the day after, Saturday, November 16th, the sun is opposite Uranus. And
yikes.
This kind of energy prompts, in my opinion, when you were talking about the 1, I was like, oh, I could totally see a lot of people having this like new identity. Like, I want a new makeover. I want a new identity. I'm like gonna reinvent myself. Like, I just kept hearing reinvent yourself.
Well, and Uranus is all about innovation.
Yeah.
And that's really what the 1 is. It's the innovator.
Yeah. And so this week, I actually think is like the perfect week for like reinventing yourself, even though it's not like it's November. And a lot of people are like, oh, I need to start at the beginning of the month. It's like, no, this is the time actually. My opinion, if you want to do a reinvention, this week is the week to do that reinvention, especially with this powerful full moon. Yeah. So that's the astrological vibe of what's going on.
Okay. I'm feeling good about this.
I feel good about this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about this week.
Yeah, me too.
If we look back at this and we're like, that was the craziest week ever. I thought it was going to be great.
Let us know how this week comes out for you and if you end up reinventing yourself.
Let us know in the comment section. As always, we'd like to hear how these transits are impacting you and how it's all going down. And we'll see y'all next week.
Yes.
And for those of you who are still with us, check the description box because Sophie and I have some numerology and astrology offerings that if you enjoy what we talk about, you may enjoy those. We both have courses and reports, and you can dive all into your cosmic code and get really deep. So
yes.
Go ahead and check those out, and we'll see y'all next week.